Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to an absolutely gorgeous morning here in Surfside, California. It couldn't be any more lovely, any more beautiful. There's a lot of surfers out, and it is a gorgeous morning, no question about it. It's actually kind of warm out here. I know I'm crazy. If you look at the air temp, it's probably 50-something, but it feels really nice, and that ocean, wow, there's some big surf in here, and quite a few surfers are showing up to give that a ride today. So, beautiful day. Hey, don't forget, we've got a live show this evening, 6 p.m. We'll be live from our home at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. Nathan Beall from The Long Run is going to be there, and we're going to be talking bluefin tuna. We're going to be talking some incredible opportunities on this beautiful boat out of San Diego. You are going to love picking Nathan's brain. You'll be able to ask questions. It's going to be a great live show. And Jolene Thompson, the lady angler who shows up on so many of our trips. She is such a delightful, wonderful person. She's going to be along also. And of course, you can ask Jolene a question and just enjoy her great presentation as always. Tonight, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Hey, new coffee cup here. I want to thank a great fan of ours, and that is John Moore. He joined us last night for a lobster trip. I'll get into that in a moment also. And of course, it's showtime. We've got some info on bluefin tuna. We'll take you south of the border. We'll talk about the local bite. And we got a lot more for you. You know what time it is, everybody. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, boy. Is that good or what? All right, I've got to start with the lobster trip we did last night out of Dana Wharf Sportfishing. I am telling you, we had such a good time. It was a combination of fishing out of Dana Wharf Sportfishing, where when you show up, you feel so welcome. Donna was there, the staff in the office, fantastic. And we were on board the Real Fun last night. And man, that crew, Murphy, Eric in the galley, and also out on deck, and Chase, the captain, couldn't have done a better job, worked harder, and made us feel so much at home, as well as being really fun guys, because we're a goofy group, no question about it. And the guys that showed up for this trip, I got to thank each and every one of you for not only showing up, but for being such great people and having so much fun. It was truly a night to remember. And man, did the lobster want to crawl. There were so many shorts, it was ridiculous. We were all over the shorts. I think we ended up with 11 legal lobsters, so everybody went home. We decided at the very beginning of the trip that whatever we caught, we were going to divide equally amongst everybody. So what a wonderful night. It was so much fun, and that gorgeous moon last night, it couldn't have been any better. Right as we decided to depart, the winds come down. It's a nice ocean, and it was just a delightful evening. So once again, if you are thinking about a lobster trip, the Real Fun out of Dana Wharf Sportfishing, we were fishing for lobster within 10 minutes of departure and catching. It was so much fun. You had a ton of fishing time. It was a little cold out there, no question about that, but so much fun. We also had some spider crabs, also a sea snail, you know, the usual stuff, caught a horn shark. There was all kinds of great stuff going on out there. Once again, deep thanks. Give Dana Wharf Sportfishing a call. Do the Real Fun before lobster season ends. Grab your Promar nets and have some fun. It should be great. All right, we got the Bar Hall show coming up down there in Del Mar. Then we got the PCS show at the fairgrounds in Orange County. That's going to be a great one. And don't forget, Day at the Docks is coming up also. That is always a celebration of sport fishing. All of these shows celebrating the sport we love so much, and it means so much to so many people. I've heard countless stories of people whose lives were going in a bad direction, and fishing brought them back to a place where they belong. So it's more than a fishing trip when you go out. You take your kids, you take some young man or young woman who's never seen the ocean before. They live so close from the inner city, and then they follow a path of maybe becoming a marine biologist or getting a job down on the docks or something that just changes their lives, and that has the power to do just that. So it's super important, and it's important that we preserve all of this, so CCA is doing a good job. All right, let's get into some fishing now and talk about what's going on. We'll start you out down south the border. Long range guys continue to hit on that yellowfin tuna down below, anywhere from 50 to 200 pounds. When the wind is out of the picture, it's pretty darn good fishing, and every other day or so they get a shot on the wahoo down there in that neck of the woods. Also, Cedros Island, not a ton of people fishing down there because everybody waits for the spring and the yellowtail to bite, but man, let the truth be known, there's some awfully good fishing for halibut, some sea bass, there's calico bass. That place can bite in the wintertime. Also, Ensenada area, boy, am I jumping around. My geography is all screwed up. Ensenada area, down there out of Blackfin Sport Fishing, out there on Punta Banda, and also our friend Diego Nuno, Costa Baja Sport Fishing, and Arnie Mann, also down there. You can find all those guys on Facebook, but I'll tell you, Blackfin's been catching a lot of big bonita there around Punta Banda. They've had some fun times with the bigger bonita. They love to go down there to Santo Tomas and load you up on some really good and delicious rockfish. That also has been great. And we continue also to see around Todos Santos good rockfish. Not much on the yellowtail in that neck of the woods. That's further south down in the San Quintin area. Those guys down there, 140 miles below the border, are catching copious amounts of rockfish and some pretty good yo-yo iron and yellowtail fishing. But up in Ensenada, mostly bonita. There should hopefully be some yellows that'll move in there and bite the yo-yo iron. Also, Frank Savino used to run the Enterprise. That's not the only boat Frank used to run. He's run so many boats along with Lori Savino, two really dear friends of mine who are watching us in Baja, California today. My very best to you. They're going out of Blackfin Sport Fishing to celebrate Lori's birthday. Happy birthday, Lori. Feliz cumpleaños. I hope you have a wonderful time. I know you will down there at Blackfin. What a great way to spend a birthday. Frank, Lori, have some fun with Victor there out of Blackfin Sport Fishing. All right, and I should have talked a little bit about Cabo San Lucas. Our friend Sean Morgan, he's another guy that's run boats for years, but now he's down there in San Jose del Cabo. He says it's still a little bit on the breezy side, but they're going to come out of that pretty soon. Not that long ago, they were catching full speed marlin down there out of Cabo on board the Wild and Sac, and they have some fun down there. And Sean's a fishy guy. He knows how to catch fish. Hopefully that's going to get going again. A little bit of marlin down there now, a few dorado along the beach, a couple of rooster fishing, pretty good Sierra fishing going on down there in Cabo, San Jose del Cabo, and all through that neck of the woods. Let's talk bluefin tuna. Everybody wants to talk BFT, don't they? Are they around? Well, we're getting several reports that bluefin tuna is still showing down the Baja coast about 140 miles. There's presumably still fish around Cortez Bank down to the 60-mile bank. I know that the guys that fish the tuna pens have already reached their quotas this year. The guys that have the tuna pens down there in Baja, California, to keep their bluefin alive, they put them in pens off the Baja coast. You can see those pens from some sight points on the Baja coast when you're driving around. It's really, really beautiful. So they keep those alive, and then they ship them off to Japan when they're ready and they're fattened up and they're really, really good. So that's good news. I think that bluefin bite is going to kick right into gear, and that's why I'm not too worried about the rockfish closure here in Southern California. Not thrilled about it, but I'm not worried about it because I think with all the squid we've got at the islands here this year up here and all the way up to the Channel Islands, we're going to see a phenomenal spring this year. It is going to be great. Sea bass, halibut, maybe yellowtail, all of those predators that come in to consume these vast quantities of market squid should be in our future if everything works out the way I think it should. And you know how my albacore predictions go, not all that great for most of the time, but this time I think I'm absolutely right. I think it's going to be good. 2-day trip on the Apollo in late May ought to be a great one. You on our charter schedule, it's almost full. We'd love to have you come out and fish with us, and all you got to do is send me a text and then ask me for this year's charter schedule, and if you're nice, I'll send it out to you. That is, of course, going to be 657-227-6459. Love to see you and, of course, meet you, and thank you for all of your great support. It means a lot to us. All right, local boats down in San Diego. You saw John Ho yesterday. What a trip John had, winning the jackpot on the Dolphin. Good sculpin, there's sand bass, and you can find that up and down our coast right now, from down there in San Diego to Dana Wharf Sportfishing. They have local boats going now, and it's gorgeous, man. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a good time for you to get out up there out of San Pedro, where we'll be tonight. 22nd Street Landing. The Monte Carlo wants to take you fishing this weekend, so you could do that. And then Marina Del Rey has also been pretty darn hot. While rockfish season is closed here in Southern California, so you're fishing mostly for those bass, calico sand bass, whitefish, and sculpin. In Mexico, it's open. So boats like the Premier run across the border and fish for rockfish on a regular basis. So you can jump with them, on with them, H&M Landing. There's other boats doing the same thing. And of course, Collinet, that is a place 120 miles down the coast where there's not only really good rock fishing, but there has been a signal of those yo-yo iron yellowtail. That's going to bust one of these days. Pegasus going again Friday night out of Fisherman's Landing. Several other boats are also going, so you can jump on one of those rigs and get down and enjoy the rock fishing in Mexico Lindo, as well as the possibility of yellowtail. And we're only talking another 20 miles down the beach for where that bluefin is being sighted right now. Pacific Dawn is planning a 2.5-day trip here in the very near future. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you bump into a bluefin or two in your travels to and fro Collinet. That is a real possibility. All right, my friends, so much going on, so many great shows. Don't miss a one. Bart Hall down there at Del Mar, the PCS show at the fairgrounds here in Orange County. Day at the docks down in San Diego. Celebrations of sport fishing that you just don't want to miss. And one more time again, I want to thank all the folks at Dana Wharf Sportfishing who made last night a memorable evening. It was so much fun. So many great stories came out of that one, and I can't really wait to do it again. I hope you take the time to give them a call today and get on one of their fine trips. Dana Wharf Sportfishing. All right, my friends. Thank you, John, once again for the coffee cup. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you all for everything you do for us here at Friedman Adventures. Our stats are going through the roof in the last 48 hours, almost 40,000 views, and it's the dead of winter. So I don't know how to thank you. All right, stay tuned for a couple of shorts at the end of the show tonight. And remember, I can't thank you enough for all you do. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us on the morning briefing. I'll see you tonight, 6 p.m. for a great Friedman Adventures live show. Take care, my friends. Zach operates out of San Jose del Cabo, Baja, California, Mexico. Captain Sean Morgan has been running boats for decades. He knows how to put you on the fish. Dorado, marlin, yellowfin tuna, and so much more await you on this luxurious, beautiful vessel. The Wild and Sack is ready to take you on the adventure of a lifetime. And they're also available for sunset cruises, whale watching, snorkeling, island hopping, and so much more. You want to have a great adventure while you're in San Jose del Cabo. Look up the Wild and Sack and have the time of your life. There's Captain Sean's number. Send him a text today. Morrison, a chiseled athlete, is like a UFC fighter entering the ring. Morrison going on board the Freedom to jump overboard into the frigid Arctic waters in Southern California after losing a bet to Phil Friedman. Morrison predicted a 400-pound bluefin tuna at 22nd Street Landing. It did not happen.
Captain Mark Paisano, you are here for a very special event. What do you have to say?
I don't know.
That's perfect. You are here for a special event. What do you think?
I think he's going to be cold.
Yeah?
And he's going to be rejuvenated, and he might get an ear infection.
All right, perfect.
Perfect.
How are you feeling?
I'm not regretting my decision.
You're not?
It's just freaking cold. It's so cold.
Morrison is a man of his word.
Can I go?
Thank God I didn't have to do it. Good job. How about some applause, everybody?
Woo! Good job, Mikey. You're the man. You are the man, Mike.
Well done, Captain Mike Morrison. You know, every century, perhaps every millennium, a man like Mike Morrison comes along, a man of his word who does what he says he was going to do. It is indeed an honor to call him my friend, and I simply can't wait to make another bet with him. A world of wonder and natural beauty awaits you as Tom Duran, the Judith Ann, will take you whale watching. You'll not only see the mighty gray whale pass by Southern California, but you're likely to encounter pods of dolphin, lots of bird life, and of course sea lions and so much more. Only $600, and it's VIP because it's only you and your friends and loved ones on board. Take advantage of this great deal.
Phil is handlining a big bluefin. I'm telling you, this is insanity. Oh my God, on a hand line! They got the gaff in it!
My fish right there. Seriously.